2.8 function operations. And composition. So, operations of functions and their domains. I'm not going to do the domains part. We're just going to do the operations of function part. So, basically, if we are given two functions, f and g, then for all values of x for which both f of x and g of x are defined, the functions f plus g, f minus g, f times g, and f divided by g are defined as f plus g of x is equal to f of x plus g of x, f minus g of x is equal to f of x minus g of x, f times g of x is equal to f of x times g of x, and f divided by g of x is equal to f of x divided by g of x for g of x not equal to 0. So basically we just can't have the denominator be 0, so that's why it's like that. So pretty much all this says is if you have two functions, you can add, subtract, multiply, and divide them. And the only restriction is on the dividing. Whichever function is the denominator function can't be 0. And then composition of functions. So this is basically taking a function or two functions and putting one of them into the other one. And so if f and g are functions, then the composite function or composition of f and g is defined by now there's two different ways to write it, so I'm going to write them both as like equal to each other, but f of g, so we have like a little like O kind of between them, so it kind of looks like it says fog, of x is equal to, this is the notation I prefer now, f and then parentheses g parentheses x and close it all, so f of g of x. And I just think it's easier to see in the notation on the right hand side because basically what it says is we take the function g of x, whatever that is, and we plug it in anywhere there's an x and f of x. So I just think it's a little easier to see. If they should ask you to do it at a specific point, I personally prefer to go ahead and plug the point into the innermost function first, and then to plug that number into x in the outermost equation, just because it just makes your math a lot easier from having to write down a whole bunch of stuff. But anyways, not going to be a super crazy section. We're not doing obviously everything that's a part of this section, but did want you to go ahead and see that, and then we'll do examples tomorrow because they should be pretty easy.